Hi, my name is Ryan Karkin, and I'm a civil engineer here at RPI, class of 2022. So my first year on campus, one thing that really shocked me is how relatable everyone turned out to be. I was horrified that I wouldn't be able to keep up with the workload and I was going to be totally outclassed by lots of people. And then once I was on campus and in the classes, I realized that everybody's really in the same boat, and you really have to work through some of the more challenging classes together, which really turns out to be a bonding experience in the long run. So my favorite course that I've taken so far here at Rensselaer would probably have to be fluid mechanics. Class was taught by Daniel Lander, and the reason I liked the course had nothing to do with the content and everything to do with the professor. Um, I really have to give him credit is that he was able to bring his passion for the environment and climate change and helping us all as engineers learn to make right and helpful decisions for the world into the classroom. The class definitely had a long-term impact on me and my opinions on the world and the decisions that engineers should be making. And I think that's a special experience that you're not going to get at every college. And we really have a great faculty here at RPI for being able to provide those sorts of experiences on a day-to-day basis. So I'm involved with the research under the name GeoExplorer here on campus. It's a pretty wild project in that we're trying to incorporate video games and virtual reality into the classroom. And the goal is really to give aspiring geotechnical engineers and civil engineers field experience before they even graduate school. This is going to really give them the opportunity to gain some of that engineering decision making skills, which is really going to allow them to succeed in the field and prevent mistakes. I actually got involved in the research. I'm pretty lucky. I happened to meet with my advisor, and a couple days later, I got an email asking if I'd be interested in coming aboard the team. When a professor asks you if you want to do research, you don't really say no. So of course, I was enthused and I got involved. We have two professors on campus involved, Professor Abdoon and Professor Bennett, both civil engineering professors. We have 4 students from RPI working on the project, all undergraduate right now. It's actually a multi-college project in that Northeastern and Olden College are also involved. They focus really on the coding and educational sides of the project, whereas our focus is really on the geotechnical side of things. This project is really big because if this is successful and this can become incorporated into, across campuses, across the country, across the world, it's really going to allow engineers to be more proficient and more successful right out of the gate. The only technical group I'm involved with on campus is the Steel Bridge team. And it's a pretty cool group in that ASCE, the Technical Society for Civil Engineers, releases a new scenario. And throughout the 2 semesters, civil engineers both design, fabricate, and build a competition, a bridge that meets these criteria. As for my extracurriculars on campus, you could probably say I'm a bit of a band nerd. Currently, I'm playing in 5 music groups: symphonic band, studio orchestra, contemporary jazz ensemble, brass bananas, and the pep band. And first semester, I really didn't get involved in any of these clubs because I was just so nervous for academics. And my grades and my performance at school actually has only increased after I started getting involved with the same level of commitment that I did in high school. And what I love about these groups is, you go to class, you do your homework, you need a break from your homework, and you go to rehearsals. You get to go and you get to spend time with other people. I love spending time with people that I would have normally never had a chance to meet. I meet people from overseas, I meet people from the South, people from the West Coast, and they have all these different stories. And we're all brought together by the school, but then we get to share in our other passions of, say, music, because you would think that no one on campus, who really cares about music, but that's just simply not the case. We have so many talented individuals and passionate people that the clubs and the activities are just outstanding on campus. The only technical group I'm involved with on campus is the Steel Bridge team. And it's a pretty cool group in that ASCE, the Technical Society for Civil Engineers, releases a new scenario. And throughout the 2 semesters, civil engineers both design, fabricate, and build a competition, a bridge that meets these criteria. So once I had received some acceptances letters to various colleges, I was facing a real dilemma. I had 4 schools left, and I realized that I would be perfectly happy at all of them, which is a situation not a lot of kids seem to have. But when I was really narrowing it down, trying to make my decision, I went back to all the colleges and I just realized that I think the people and the atmosphere at RPI drew me in more than some of the other schools that were on my final list.